Welcome to this daily guided meditation practice. This is the Attentive Mind. My name is Nathan, and I'll be guiding you through this meditation practice today. Find yourself a seated position. And today's a shorter meditation practice, so the position isn't as important because it goes by so quickly, but you just want to find something generally stable and comfortable. You don't want to be at the edge of a seat or your chair and you feel like you're about to fall off. You also don't want to be uncomfortable because then you'll be distracted during the practice, but not as important. Just find what works for you. Sitting in a chair works in the back, and or sitting in a formal meditation posture. It works. Just find what works for you. We also keep our eyes open during this practice. But if you have learned to practice with your eyes closed or you feel more comfortable doing so, go ahead and do that. There are no hindrances here. But if your eyes are open, leave the screen alone and drop your gaze down below you, kind of glancing gently at the floor or the desk or whatever is just below you. We're not staring or analyzing at a particular spot in the floor, but we're also not zoned out and blurry. We have a gentle gaze directed softly and clearly downwards. You're in a nice, comfortable, and sturdy position, and your eyes are either closed or open, gaze directed softly downwards. Take a deep breath in through your nose, and out through your mouth. Do it again, in through the nose and out through the mouth. One more time, and make it the deepest breath you've taken all week. Just settle, here and now. There's no special thing we're doing here. In fact, there's no doing at all. Everything already is. And you either know it or you don't. You either know it and you're not lost in thought, or you don't and you're attached to thinking. Don't seek anything, because everything you ever want or need, which is lasting peace and contentment, is already here. Heaven and hell is the difference between knowing this or not knowing it. So a way we can investigate what I say. Use this question I will ask as a signpost, as a pointer to a particular experience, which is, what is here when there are no problems to be solved? We're not contemplating this question. We're not thinking about it. Where does it point? What is here when there are no problems to be solved? There's nowhere to go. There's nothing to do. There's no one to become. Just this. Allow yourself or your attention to follow where this question leads. And the moment you think, is this it? Or is that it? You're far off. Don't use your thoughts to understand this. What is here? Right now, when there are no problems, issues, or anything to resolve. What's here? Thoughts and words won't help you. Enter the place before thinking arises. It's on the surface. Just rest here, this moment, with no future and no past. Completely unknown, but always present. Just rest. All right, you can look at the screen. What a radical thing to say, isn't it? If I said, your problems, everything, don't really exist. Which, of course, that sounds crazy. And of course, you need to think about things in order to solve things. That's not what I'm saying here. But by virtue of noticing this moment as it is, only this moment, right here, you're not at work. You're not talking to your wife or your husband. You're not, maybe you are dealing with your kids, but the problems that we usually ruminate over aren't here. Now, I bring up Alan Watts a lot for good reason, but before I even started meditating, I heard him say this, which kind of made this click, where he says, you know how we wake up, a lot of us wake up on Monday morning, and we're just lying there in bed, almost in a sweat, because we're imagining all the hurdles we have to get through that day, frustrated about the things that happened the day before, loathsome of the problems we need to solve and the frustrations that we haven't figured out and all the things that need to be fixed and the payments that need to be paid and the work that needs to be done. We're just sitting there. Many of us probably in the modern day, though, are more or less doing this at night before we go to sleep. But he says, it's funny because here we are, chaos inside, but really we're just lying in bed, in a comfortable, warm bed. That's really what's happening. But we're imagining our issues. We're imagining them. I'm not saying problems don't exist in the way that you need to understand them in order to solve them. It is a good thing to solve problems. It is a good thing to notice an issue and to resolve it. So that is not what I'm not saying your problems aren't real, so don't deal with them. But I'm saying, let's say you got a problem at work. Let's say you're not getting promoted for something, or you have a medical diagnosis. How long do you want to be the person with a problem at work? You know what I mean? When you're at home, you adopt this identity. We all do this. I got this problem at work. And you're doing the dishes and you got this, but you're a person who has a problem at work doing the dishes. You're a person who has a problem at work hanging out with your kids. You're a person who has a problem at work trying to watch TV. You're a person who has a problem at work trying to get comfortable. You're not just there in the moment, here and now. We don't leave it. We ruminate and hold on to it. And when our whole mind is ruminating on problems, they seem way bigger than they are. As Ajahn Brahm says, how big is your hand? How big is your hand? Well, when it's right here, It's really big. It's super close and it looks very big to me. But when it's over here, not so big. We do this with our problems. We keep them here all the time. Oh, I don't know what I'm going to do with my life and everything I get to do, but oh, man, why can't life just give me a break sometimes? I can't get a break. It's thinking. Solving problems is actually easy. Thinking about them is hard. So return to this moment. Return to this moment right here. It's already free from your issues. It's already free from your problems. As long as you learn to befriend this moment and make it the centerpiece, not your problems. Thank you for showing up today. Thank you for your attention. And as always and without exception, I'll see you tomorrow.